Hello, SimTheWorld here. We are back with PC Building Simulator, the Esports expansion. So, we left off last episode having ordered the parts for these PCs, and we gotta finish them. It is the next day, the parts came in, but so did the text messages. Let's check it out. I already proofread them, so I'm not too surprised. So, she would like to change her cables to purple, which also means we're going to have to rerun our score again. Kind of annoying. We need to order purple cables. Not the end of the world. Those are in the shopping cart. Our good friend PP, he wants us to use red flexible pipes in his water cooling system. I don't have those in stock, so we have to order those too. Probably a good thing to do that now, since I don't want to build this thing and have to swap that out. And as for Frank, he wants 6 different case fans. I got those in the cart already. They're very specific, so we need more parts for these PCs before we can build. Before I order too, we have to take a look at Please Knows PC and figure out what we need for that. We have the orange cables, of course, but we need to get it to recommended spec. And as for... we did get a new request from PP. He has another computer. It needs a new PSU. So we're going to accept this request. We need any money we can get. That's an extra $300 in our pocket, and we might already have a PSU for him. So we'll take that. I want to take a look at Will It Run, because I'm not familiar with a good company at recommended spec. So it needs 8 gigs of VRAM, or 6 gigs of VRAM, 8 gigs of RAM, and an i5 7600 or a 1060. Let's see what Please Know has. So he has, we got to switch out the cables, so I'm going to pop these out as I'm talking. He has 4 gigs of RAM, so we will need to upgrade that. Not a big deal. As for the CPU, I guess they're going to make us dig for that. That's okay. Got to remove a lot of this anyhow. He has this 1060 already installed, so we don't need to swap that out. As for the CPU, let's take a look here. Power supply is good. He's got an i3. We might want to upgrade that. So let me actually see what we have on hand. Let's get rid of some of this A-data RAM. Might as well offload it. As for a CPU, what do we have on? We don't have anything that will fit. Oh, that's disappointing. So we will have to order something for him. And let's take a look. What's recommended spec? 7600. We can probably do that. So we've got the 7600. We'll put that in the cart. It's Cabby Lake. It should fit. I think that's all we need. Everything else should be good. So that PC is ready. We got our shopping cart done. It doesn't look like they sent us over the other computer for the new PSU. So in fact, I'm actually just going to get this all delivered now. And we need the flexible pipe. That's already in the cart. Same day delivery. We're burning through the money, but hopefully this should be most of our tasks for this week. Let's go ahead and get the 7600 in. We're going to start cranking through these PCs, getting this all taken care of. Wants orange cabling. Let's get that ready. Start popping that in. We also need a CPU cooler. We're going to go generic and use. We don't need to hit any scores. And I'll get this all tested and looking good. We'll also need to install the wallpaper. And that's it. So it's running. It's up to recommended spec. I think we're under budget. Yeah, we have $100 remaining. So for wallpaper, we'll let that go and move to the next PC. So this is Frank's. me double check here. We'll take a look at his text messages. He wants 6 fans, which we can do, and yellow cabling. Other than that, I think we're good. The big yellow theme build. Go ahead and get the right cables. We also need... I picked up a... what was that? 2,000 watt power supply, so they have plenty of power. Should not be an issue. Get our good RAM in here. 16 gigs. That's like the minimum nowadays. I wouldn't go any less than that. I got him a 9800X, similar to what we did for the other competitor. What was his name? Seth Ross 01 or something like that. The one I will never remember whatsoever. As for a CPU cooler, oh wow, I guess we don't really have anything that'll fit this, do we? It's okay. Where's that little clip? There it is. Looks like this will have to do. Hopefully there's no heating components or issues. We will have plenty of case fans moving air about. So I'm not too worried. Let's see if 6 fans will even fit in this thing. Oh, okay. So they'll fit up top. That's perfect. That'll look good. And again, once we get this all installed, I'll go ahead and we will get all the good software installed. We'll get the tests ran and make sure it benchmarks accordingly. Looks like just 6 fans will fit in. I do like the theme of this build. It looks really good. Let's get the glass back in. The wings back on. And we will get this booted up. I don't think there's anything I'm missing in here. And finally, let's go ahead and tackle PP's computer. Fantastic. He gets a huge build. Go ahead and get the same memory we've been doing. Of course, if you're playing this game, why don't you let me know if you guys kind of use a standard layout like I've been doing, or if you get super creative and do themed builds for everybody. I know this is a lot of the fun in the game, is being able to be as creative as you want to be without a budget that breaks the bank. I did stick with a 240 watt or 240 millimeter AIO, or not AIO, I'm sorry, radiator. Wasn't sure what would fit and what wouldn't. And of course, I didn't want to worry too much about compatibility with the case. Of course, this is a big case, so I'm not as worried about it. Let's get our graphics card 2 in here. I think, I don't know, did he want specific cables? I don't think so. I might want to switch these over to red, since we're doing red tubing. Make this look good. I'll come back here, you know, when this is all complete and you can check out the builds. So we're back. Our PC for Frank has gotten over 7,000 on benchmark. I did not do any overclocking. I didn't want to bother with the software, and I was kind of curious how it would do with everything just as is. And as you can see, everything is taken care of. We're good to go. I'm going to put this on the shelf of the done PCs. Keep in mind, Shishi, we had to put the purple cables in. I'll go and show you. I already did that. I also, again, for a 3rd time, had to rerun this damn score. That was kind of annoying, but purple cables are in. She's got her 7,000. That PC is done. We've got the good company wallpaper. Everything is taken care of. Orange cables are in. Recommended spec is met, so we can collect on that. And then finally, for our good friend PP, he is taken care of. The all-in-one cooler is set up. I put in red coolant, kept everything red, cables are red. Everyone's done, everyone's happy. So let's go take a look here. That's in transit. We can collect for please no. I think we took care of everything. Nothing he mentioned outside of that. I will mention for Frank's PC, he didn't have a storage device. So I did install our other, I picked up those two 4 terabyte hard drives last episode. So he's going with a hard drive. But otherwise, I think we're done for the day. Well, let's go check out tomorrow. Let's take care of that PSU issue, and I think we'll wrap up this episode. So we've got our PC. I'm not even looking at anything quite yet. I expect our phone will blow up. This is for Setherus01. We need an i9-9920X. And wow. Very specific. Very, very specific. Oh, I think this is his actual build. Did you look at that? I think we need to... I'm looking at the power supply here, too. That is certainly not up to spec. So I'm going to get another 1,000-watt power supply. We'll get the i9-9920. That should fit in here fine. Let's check out our text messages. Asked about the CPU. Could you also arrange for it to be water-cooled? There's no life without water. I think you might need to remove some of the drive bays to fit in the reservoir. So he wants a custom loop. Well, I thought this was that other guy's PC. As for PP, we did get the red flexi pipes. Oh, we already did the red coolant too. Fantastic. I'm so happy we don't have to change that. For please know he's happy we're done. Setherus. Yes, we already know he wants the i9-9920. I thought... Where's that PC? Where'd that go? We wanted to fix... Okay, here it is. Clean out the dust, replace the PSU. Let's get that taken care of. And then we can... I'll order the parts to water cool and do all that good stuff. I don't think that's anything we need to really worry about right away. But I think we can do that quickly and finish off this week and get ready for the tournament in the next episode. So all the parts I picked up, everything was placed and ordered. We'll get rid of this trash PSU. We don't need that in there. I'm replacing with the same thing. No need to change what already worked. We'll get the panels back on and that should wrap up this PC. Perfect. Little extra cash. We are running tight. Hopefully there's no issues with the tournament. Ordering those, you know, if I wasn't doing all these side jobs, if I was just quickly trying to get through the game, I wouldn't be able to order the same day parts. And I think that's what's important to note. If you're going to play the game, play the full game. Otherwise, you risk having issues with not having enough money. Almost forgot we got to get the green cables in here. Make sure we keep that consistent. For the processors, we're actually downgrading him. We gave him a 9800X. Very interesting. Little disappointing. That's okay. We got the custom parts for the loop. I got the same parts as we did for PP. So we got the water block on. Let's get the radiator up top. Oh yeah, that's going to fit in here. And I think we got it. Yeah, he was saying we need to remove some drive cages. I do agree with that. Let's see, what do we have to do? Oh, this might... Let's see, where can we put the reservoir? Not seeing anything in here. Get rid of the drive bay? This case is so confusing. Oh, I see what's going on. Yeah, let's move the SSD to the back, and that should make this a lot better. Then we can get rid of the drive cage. Actually, why is there a drive cage at all? Let's disassemble this case. No one needs drives up front anymore unless you're trying to do some sort of server with it. There we go. There we go. Now we're making things happen. You get that little dinky reservoir with all that space. Get the reservoir up top. There's so much space here. This is such a waste. Let's go ahead and get our flexible pipe in. We're not going to do red. Come on, come on. There you go, there you go. And as for the coolant, we'll stick with the clear coolant until they tell us otherwise. Could have did green. Probably would have been the smart choice, but that's okay. And we'll get the SSD installed. And I think, yeah, we just have to boot this up and make sure it works. Get the dust filter and all that back together. I don't think we need to do anything with the drive cage. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Close this up, power it up, and I think we are... It says the case is incomplete. What do we need? Okay, so I guess we needed that. No, there's still more missing. Drive bay cover. Oh, okay, so I guess they do need that in place. Well, good enough. I think this is done. I think everyone's happy. I think we're ready to wrap up this day, and we'll wrap up this episode here. Everyone's good to go, so we'll tackle tomorrow's issues. Of course, tomorrow's Friday, so we'll have last-minute changes. Everyone's going to want to change their wallpaper and all that good stuff. And then we'll go to tournament and finish off the first week with the new team. So, with that, thanks for watching as I simulate my life, one game at a time. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the future action. You can follow on Twitter for updates of future games being played, as well as follow on Twitch, as I'll occasionally stream live. Thanks, and I'll see you next time at SimTheWorld.